today on how to make your air freshener in Fusion 360. So what I kind of want from you guys is to have like a finished rendered version of what you actually made. Obviously, I'm just pinching one of my students' work here. I think I did a rendering gallery. Let's have a look what it would look like when it's finished. And let's have a little bit closer look as to what I did. So what we've got here is a front and a back of what mine looked like, and on the inside, as you can see, I've even put the spacers. I've even put the hole in at the top. You can just see that. I'm badly twisting that around. There you go. There's the hole. So where did I begin for this? Well, what I did was, first of all, I screenshotted these two individual, okay, and the first thing to do would be to attach a canvas. And let me just show you some basics, and then you can kind of try and remember what you did. So I'm going to create a new component, and I'm going to call it the front. And I'm going to insert a canvas on here. So go to insert from my computer, and then find the picture that you have got. Let's say take that one, because the front's the same as the back. And I'm going to insert it onto that face. Now then, if I just enlarge that a little bit, you'll see that it's a certain size. Move it using the planar function, which is that one. And the next thing you really want to do is to press OK. And you want to give this the size that you made it. So from the design tree, click on the canvas and then right click and calibrate its size. Look at the front, then bring that down with the pan tool, and then say from here to here, and I'm going to make it 100, and then press enter. And then what I would do is I would try and bring this bottom edge down to the blue line, and that's actually very close to the green, so that's fine. So I will go back into that edit, double click, and then I will just move that down to the bottom axis. There you go. And that's fine. Actually, something else I might want to do is turn down its opacity. Kind of remember that first. So make it a bit lighter. Now then, what I'll do now is I will make a sketch. So create sketch on that plane. And the first thing I want to do is, for me, obviously mine's quite complicated. Some of yours will be a lot less complicated than this one. So the first thing I really want to do is to follow this outline. So the best tool I can use is something called my spline. And I'm just going to turn off my grid snap function. And I am going to follow that. So click and get the rough. Should really zoom in a bit here. And then just pan down. That's better. So get the rough shape. Click and just follow around. And as you follow around, what will happen is when you come to the end section here, it's often best just to click and then just finish, and then click again, and then follow like that, and then just finish, and then just move that across, and then just use the same technique. So click on the white dot, and then just follow the outside. There you go. Obviously this will take a little bit of time for me to reproduce. Thank you very much. And then do this top one. It all gets a bit quicker after this. Again, and just follow that curve. Yep. Ooh, that's a bit awkward. Yep. and then click all the way around. I hope you lot have got an easier one that I chose, and then just flick that one back to there. Excellent. And then let's just finish that one, and then let's just look up, see if I can do this one too. So just follow that natural curve. Ooh, I might carry that on. Should be okay. Yep. Looks like an ear. Keep clicking, and then just pan that up. Escape. Should better keep using that. Yep. And then might actually just zoom out, because I know that I can do this quite quickly now. So follow that all the way down to the bottom, almost there, and then just finish that there, tick, and then create this bottom section like so, and then click to finish, and then the last little bit will be to go up from here and just go around the edge, and that one, and then just use the pan. Sorry, grade 7, and click. Might finish there and carry on again. Okay. Now that you'll notice that when I finish the sketch, that'll turn blue, which means it's all connected. And then what I can do is I can then E for extrude, and then bring that out to 1mm, which is the thickness of my card. And then what I can do is I can then switch off that canvas, because I don't need that again. Now then, I need a back and a front, so I need an identical one. I could use the cut and paste function, sorry, the copy and paste function, but that's going to cause problems when I add my decal a bit later. So the best thing to do now would be to create an offset plane from this front surface, and because I know that the thicker card I used is 2mm, I'm going to say offset it by 2, and that just jumps forward, and then just press OK. Now the trick here is to create a sketch, and you can create it on the actual offset plane. And the trick is to project. I'm not sure whether we've used this before, but it's great. So project, and then just click in the middle, and notice that the whole outside goes red, and then you just press OK, and then finish the sketch. And what that's done is it's projected that outside shape onto here, and then you can E for extrude 1mm, and bingo, you've got a back and a front. All right, so there you go. So that's the basics of the back and the front. And then you can, obviously you can go to the top here, and then you can start work on a create new component, and then you could say that you're going to do the supports, which are on the inside. And then what you do is you can zoom in, and then you can create the sketch on that inside face there. And if I were you, I'd turn off any construction so it doesn't get in the way. So there you go, that face there. And then for example, I just did C for circle just to create some, but you can create your own. But let me just show you what I did. And then E for extrude, 2mm. So extrude that 2mm, and you'll see from the, if I just put all that back on, activate everything, you'll see that from the side view, look, there I've got my piece there. So you guys can probably work out exactly what to do. Now, let me just give you a tip on the canvas. Remember when we did like a Command Shift 4 and we did a screenshot? So for example, I've just done a screenshot of that back. So if I double click that, do you remember when we used, I know yours is a bit different now, that toolbar, and then I used the wizard, escape, so I used it, click, and then click anywhere off the outside and drag so that all the pink, there you go, press backspace, and then just make sure you save. So all the background's gone, so now it's a PNG. So what you can do next is you can insert a decal, find it on your computer, that one, and then open it, and then click on the face to open it onto that face. Now you can mess around with this canvas, so this decal. You can, if I just click fit, so you can make it bigger, and then what you can do is you can use the plane art and you can move it up. You can adjust its width, for example, and then what you can do is you can make it bigger and then adjust the width again. You can see they're beginning to fit, and then you can bring that down. Can I make that fit a bit better? I don't think I've done a very good job on this, but hey ho. Ooh. So you should be able to get that. You guys can get that to fit properly, all right, on yours. And then once that's on, let me just have a look and show you some of the finished items that I did earlier. So there you go. So there's a finished one there. I used a sort of copper colour all the way around the outside. Let's have a look at another one. Here we go. Yeah, that's the other side. So there you go. So make sure you've got back, front, support, a cloth. Make sure you put a hole in. If you get stuck, use the Coca-Cola bottle tutorials that I used, because they show you how to do an outline, attach a canvas, and create your profile so that you can extrude it. It's basically very, very similar. All right, grade 7. I'm out today with the grade 9s on the environmental day, so any questions, then just send me an email and I'll pick them up later. All right, enjoy. If you finish, by the way, this model here, then maybe you could do this for practice and orthographic drawing when you're finished. All right, enjoy.